This is going to be an overview of the new features and changes released to MathShare for the month of May. The main highlights are that the sharing library has been added to the teacher dashboard. We've released the ability to now archive your problem sets. Users can now pre-populate problems with steps for the students, which has some really great different ways in which you can use it, and then a variety of different bug fixes and minor interface changes based on the feedback that we've received from all the great users out there. So I'm going to walk us through from the beginning here. I'm going to sign in. I'm going to be signing in using my Google account. Now, some of these changes you're going to be seeing based on if you're a student or a teacher or if you're signed in. And right away here at the beginning, you'll see this link to the problem set library and this ability to archive your steps. At the top is still the create a problem set button. So when you need to create a new problem set, and then the heading of recent sets with all of your problem sets below that. Now, first one I'm going to show you is this archive ability. So if you select the more options button on the right hand side with any of these, you can then select archive. Now the icon that archive has next to it is a little trash can one. It's not really deleting it, you're essentially just kind of hiding it. So I'm going to go ahead and archive this problem set. And if I ever need to go back to it, then I can select the button with the title of archive sets. And this will then show me then a list of all the different problem sets that I've archived in there. I can always go back to those and then select restore and bring that back to my main list of all my problem sets. So this is a really great way if you want to reduce the amount of clutter that's on the screen. You've got extra copies of something, or just simply you're playing around with it, but you don't really want to lose that problem set. That's a good way to do that. Students can do this as well. So if they are, answering a large number of problem sets, which is fantastic, then they can keep their dashboard cleaned up, so only the ones that they're currently working on will be in their main page of the dashboard, and everything else can be archived. Now, the example problem set that was at the beginning has now been moved down to the bottom, along under the heading of pre-made sets. You'll see a variety of other ones. Now, these problem sets are eventually going to be moving, along with a lot of other ones, to the problem set library. Now, that link is up at the top, just below the Create a Problem Set button. So if I open that up, it's going to bring us to a new page, and this is going to be a Google spreadsheet. You can submit or share your own problem sets by selecting the link at the top of the spreadsheet, which will take you to a Google form. Right now, we already have one that's been shared by one of the teachers, and with all the problem sets, there's going to be a link to the problem set so you can duplicate it, a description of that, the user's name that submitted it, that shared it. And then we've added in some additional fields of where you can then add in a grade level, a math subject, and any kind of standard that problem set happens to align to. So we're very excited to see what kind of problem sets people are sharing and creating. I'm now back on the MathShare homepage. I'm going to create a new problem set. One of the additional changes that we made was that as for students, when students create a new problem set, so the students can create their own problem set, we've hidden this page that allows you to customize the math tools palette. And the reason we did that is just simply to simplify the process for students creating their own problem sets. As a teacher, I'm just going to go ahead right now and I'm just going to skip over that one. And I'm going to add in a new problem. Now, this is one area that we received a lot of feedback from people, and it's fantastic. So we made this change. And when people were getting confused on what title meant and some different things on this page or this box for adding in your own problems. So we tried to kind of make it more clear. So the equation goes into this box, and then the prompt for the problem goes into this box. Because there was a lot of extra space up here. People were trying to type up there. So I'm just going to type in something, and we're just going to add that problem. So I'm going to now select done, and I'm going to open up this problem right here. So now I'm on the problem page to solve it. There's a couple of different things. One is we removed the text button. We removed that because some users were running into some errors with it outputting code and some different things. And so until we have that fixed up the way that it needs to work exactly, we've just simply disabled it for right now. Another thing is that as the creator of this problem set, whether you're a teacher or a student, you can now work through these problems. That's fantastic because as a teacher, that means you can pre-populate the problems with multiple steps, because either you want to give an example to your students, you want your students to identify a mistake that you purposely added in there, or you want to simply add in different spots of like, okay, now are you going to use a greater than or less than symbol for these different things. And we'll have some other videos that are going to be showing how to use this new ability within here. But so that's the ability now to be able to work through multiple steps. So I can say of like, just going to add in a step here. And then I can go back and select finish and then go back to my problem set. And again, if you ever want to make a copy of the problem set, whether it's somebody else's that you're reviewing or your own problem set, you can select the more options and then duplicate set. So that is the update for the May update for MathShare. Please keep that feedback coming. This has been fantastic, and we're excited to be working on another big release coming up at the end of this month.